has us losing the net positive Instagram account, has that come through your office yet? Or
I checked in actually with our constituent services team before coming over, and they were like, "Hey, this is popping."
Net Positive episode 174. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. I say this every week, but hot episode. Hot.
Scorching.
White hot episode.
The weather's cooling down. The pods are heating up.
The pods heating up. And we just had, he just left a second ago.
He did.
The Honorable Mayor of Nashville.
He's a knight now.
Mr. Freddie O'Connell.
He's a judge.
Is that what?
He's a judge. Is that what that is?
That's how they do it in like black churches, like the bishop, honorable, reverend,
Nice.
prophet. And you like in white church, you just like Pastor Dave.
Well, after that performance, he deserves the honorable.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout
Fantastic.
out. I thought it was great.
Really fun.
I think what you said is perfect. You're like, yeah, that's what podcasting is.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't want to. Sometimes we get like country artists in here, and they're like, this is like this isn't a press conference. We don't. They're just like these is like your buddies in the basement.
Yeah, we want the human Freddie O'Connell, not the politician, and that's what we got.
Yeah, he came.
Yeah.
We requested that.
Yep.
We want the human Freddie O'Connell.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, let me. He clocked back in to politician as soon as he left the door.
He flipped the switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. He put the hat, he took the human hat off and put the politician hat back on.
That's what I've heard stories about Bob Ritchie, who is Kid Rock.
Yeah.
And he's like at his house. He's like just a regular, dad, and then he goes, Trump called. He's like, I got to go be Kid Rock.
Yeah. It's like the bat signal goes up. He's like, the city needs me.
Yeah, it's like Dan Whitney, Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to go. Oh, they want to talk to Dan? No, dude.
He opens the closet. It's just all flannels.
They want to talk to Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go be Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, he just shows, you see him in an elevator. He's like, how you doing? He's like, I'm kind of depressed. You're like, wait, no, what? Oh, no, we want Gator Done. We want him. Yeah.
Bro, great combo.
Great convo, dude.
Really good.
That was, I always go, I said, can I say what I just said a second ago? I go, I'm even more pissed at some of the people that have come on this podcast and not been open.
Sure.
Especially comedians.
Yeah.
And we've I don't know, joke is not the wrong word, but we've brought up topics that are maybe sensitive or maybe politically incorrect on either side, and people are like a little too buttoned up.
Yeah.
And I go, he made a what was the joke? We don't have to repeat it, but a joke we made on the pod last week that was like, after we get done, we go, do you want to keep that in? And what do I say 9 times out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it in.
That's how you say it.
You have to say,
dude.
You have to say, just for like, hey, do you want to, or you call.
It's my job. I got to protect you.
Hey, do you want to keep this in? And I go, 9 times, if it's about me getting canceled or I go, yeah, keep it in. If there's something else about public safety or maybe somebody's address,
sure,
I go, yeah, we'll take that out.
I can't recall a time that it was a joke that you were like, nah, cut it.
No,
I can't recall one time.
That's the benefit of being canceled. I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go, oh well, he's not worried about a joke. Like before the pod, and I don't typically ask this. I go, is there anything? Because there's just some controversial stuff that's happening in Nashville. That I go, is there anything you don't want to talk about? He goes, no.
No, he
goes, go for it.
He gets it. Like he knows what podcasting is.
Yeah,
and it's very evident when you watch this episode.
And he was, we talked about all of it. By the way, gosh, great episode. Dude.
No, he's good, man.
Great episode. Lots going on. And I would even say, obviously, he's the mayor of Nashville, but I tried to be diplomatic in a way that, like, a lot of our listeners are obviously from all over the country and all over the world. But how is this be related to, it's like if we brought up the example of you driving down the interstate, and I'm like, freaking potholes. And then Lydia goes, hey, that's not Nashville's job. That's the state's job. If it's like and you go, oh, I didn't know
any of that.
Yeah, like the tunnel that we talked about for a second.
The Tesla tunnel, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, well, some of I can have a hand. I can be involved to be like, somebody buying like 2 blocks of land. It's like, it's not my. I'll wait till you get to listen to it to see what he said about it. But
no, it's not all Nashville stuff at all. I think a lot of, like, he just gave, for me, I take away a really good perspective of just like the mindset of a politician and how he's handling stuff.
And wait till the end of the podcast that I did suggest an idea about
it's a great idea.
A little bit of what do you call it? A council?
Yeah, I
Broadway
think
Council.
it's a good idea.
Me, Easton, and Alex. I go just put us in a group text.
Advisory board type.
Yeah, just when we see, for example, too many white boots on Broadway,
too much denim in one.
Politics wise, you don't want to weed into that. We will handle it.
Yeah,
we'll take it off your shoulders.
Yeah,
I don't know if we bid on it totally, but yeah, we worked it out.
Yeah, I think we'll whiteboard a little bit on it, and we'll get it figured out.
Lots, by the way, going on before we get into the pod. I wanted to run through lots. Well, actually, we're getting back on tour. We just did a full sold out weekend. All 5 shows sold out over there in Lexington. The good folks down in Lexington in Kentucky. Unbelievable weekend. We had a blast down there. This weekend we're going to Huntsville, Alabama. Got 5 shows down there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we kicking off the fall tour. Listen to this. September, Grand Rapids, Fort Wayne, Paducah, North Charleston, Macon, and Hiawassee, Georgia. October, Evansville, Dayton, Peoria, Knoxville, Greenville, York, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Cleveland, Birmingham, Chattanooga. November, Boise, Spokane, Tacoma, Abilene, San Antonio, Tyler, Austin. December, Phoenix, Santa Rosa, Redding, California, South Bend, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo, New York. A lot of those have added second shows, trying to add matinees where we can. Most of those are selling out. Honored to have your support, and the show's unbelievable. If you don't like the show, I'll give you a refund. No, I won't. What am I talking about? Yeah. Throw it out there. This week's episode, speaking of sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by AG1. Introducing new, straight out of, I haven't heard this anywhere else.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first from AG1. Now available, tropical, berry, and citrus flavors of AG1. That's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. The original, obviously, subtly sweet flavor of AG1 tastes like pineapple and vanilla. Now they added tropical, vibrant, fruity flavor of AG1 tastes like papaya and passion fruit, citrus. The sweet, tangy flavor of AG1 tastes like lemon and orange. Berry, subtly sweet, tart flavor of AG1 tastes like blueberry and strawberry. Unbelievable. AG1, if you've been living under a rock, ladies and gentlemen, the drinkable multivitamin with gut health support, 1 scoop a day, contains your multivitamins, pre and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants in one delicious habit. Mix it up with it's a powder. Mix it up with water. Start your day off with it. Everything you eat for the rest of the day, you'd be playing with house money. I added that myself.
Nice. That's good.
Your daily health drink, which just got more flavorful. That's their line. Give the new AG1 flavor a try today. Plus, if you head to drinkag1.com/netpositive, you'll also get a free welcome kit worth $76 when you subscribe. $17.76 is when America earned their independence.
True.
Including 5 AG1 travel packs, a shaker, canister, and a scoop. Oh, that means so I get the refills because I'm already on the team. I think that's what that means.
Yeah.
So they already know I got the blender, I got the shaker, I got the canister, I got the merch. If you starting off, you get all this stuff for free.
Nice.
You catch right back up. That is drinkag1.com/netpositive to get started. drinkag1.com/netpositive. I don't think we got to it. I don't know. Actually, we didn't get to it because it wasn't even out. Lots going on in the comedy world.
Talk about it.
Drewski.
What's up?
He did it.
You think he's reached peak Drewski?
Drewski did it, brother.
Yeah.
And if you guys if you don't know what we're talking about, Drewski, I believe graduated from South Gwinnett High School, which is the high school right over from me.
Nice.
Yeah. Same off 78, Highway 78.
There's some funny in that water down there, huh?
Lots going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Drewski, if you don't know, went to Darlington, the NASCAR race last week, and in essence, dressed up in whiteface. Not whiteface, white body.
Yeah.
Yeah, full white body.
All white everything.
When I say that, I didn't even realize how crazy that was.
It was great. Yeah. And
he went
He went around into the NASCAR race and did some stereotypical NASCAR stuff.
Yeah.
And it is I say some videos broke the internet. This one, it's over 200 million already in 2 days on Twitter. And everybody's just going nuts about it. And I thought it was, as a NASCAR guy myself, I thought it was, I was jealous.
Yeah.
Great piece of content.
He's so good.
I was talking about this with 2 other comedians. Sometimes you watch a comedian and it inspires you. Oh, dude, I can work. And when I was young if I keep working hard, if I keep doing it, I could be like that guy. And then we were talking about there's some comedians you watch them and then you get bummed because you go, gosh. And that's how I felt about Chappelle. Now, I'm not comparing them. Obviously, it's a different art, but in the sketches, I go the commitment to the bit and the written parts about it and the ad lib parts about it with them pulling up to that truck with that black kid.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude. And like with smoking the cigarette with the girl. Go watch it if you haven't watched it, obviously. Unbelievable. I was talking to some people in NASCAR and the executives. I was like, who gave him you can't go to those places without access. You can't just buy a pass to the pit box. Somebody has to. And he's like, I don't want to say anything out of turn, but he's like, I think Monster Energy, he got a pass. Yeah, I think I'm not positive about that, actually. Well, we can't say don't cut things. Don't cut that out. Yeah, leave it. Yeah, leave it. I leave it. Yeah, leave it. Yeah,
because that sponsorship
allegedly is what John's saying.
Yeah, and
allegedly.
I think allegedly, and I think there's a lot of.
You did kind of box yourself in.
Yeah,
here.
I guess I got.
Just got the whole thing.
Yeah,
it
starts over. Yeah. I think it was a great piece of content. It was making fun of that community and also the political right or maybe rednecks or these people are great with being made fun of.
Yeah, it's also just hilarious because it's the complete opposite end of the spectrum that he is.
That's why
he's playing it so well.
So he's not. He like. I don't know Drewski, but he's like he grew up where I grew up. He's not racist. He's not. No. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he's not. When you look at Drewski in his natural form, and then you look at Drewski on that video, you go, dude, how is that the same person? That's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
That's what's beautiful about it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of content. There is no. You can tell like when I do a joke about like Christianity, they're like, no. He's not like making fun of it. Like if he was all, he would go to a NASCAR race.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? He's not trying to like exploit.
No.
And it's a fine line. Obviously, it's a fine line, but when comedy is great is when it's right on that line. And I think it was perfect because a lot of the like people are going to disagree with me on this. It's not the same as blackface. It's like people are like, it's not the same. Like that going that way.
People saying that?
No, like people try to dunk on it, like people try to be offended by it. They were like, all right, then we can do blackface.
No,
now. Or like, all right.
Hey, whites, no, we can't.
No, I don't like the.
Don't do that.
It's like, well, you can say cracker, so we can say the N-word. Nope. Like, no, that's not like it was meant. This was meant derogatorily. Is that a word? I don't know if it is.
Sounds but it's good, like, yeah, roll it.
But it's not. This group was always oppressed. This group wasn't oppressed. It's not. You can't do it the same. Now, let me say this. There is a prominent comedian that is friends with Drewski, lives in town. He said, it might be time to pull the trigger.
What does that mean?
What?
On blackface.
Stop it, dude. Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
He said, I'll tell you.
Is the friend in the room with us?
He
Cut
said,
to John in blackface on this set.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
I'm blocking out my name on the microphone.
I was about to say the title of the video, and then I go, I'm not even saying the title. Like, no. Like I'm me in blackface doing.
Yeah.
I was like, nope,
can't go there.
No, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
John starts hitting him on Synergy. Yeah. Hey, you guys got like NBA access?
Oh man, dude, that's so funny, dude. That is so funny.
Goodness.
Yeah. A little inside piece of information.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you more about it off air.
For sure.
So I'm not going to say it and then say cut it. I'll just
right.
What do you want me to do?
The energy here has been fantastic. I love it.
Unbelievable. You want me to open this?
Yeah, please. That came in this week.
This came in, and you don't. And if the gift gets to here, that means that like a lot of gifts have been cut.
Screening.
Yeah,
a lot of been cut before it got here.
Yeah.
This is a Nashville Comedy Impact Awards Comedian of the Quarter. Let's go, dude!
Congrats!
Hey, dude, this should be the script. I'm going to send this to Lydia right now. That is
shout out
look
Lydia,
at this.
bro.
This is unbelievable.
Shout out Lydia.
Can I put this right here?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I laughed so hard when we opened
that
it.
Is hilarious.
It's
Does that
fantastic.
sit well on screen or not?
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Yeah, can we just leave that right there?
Yeah, for sure. You earned it, man. Of course.
And stellar. Yeah. Of the Comedian of the Year? No, quarter. Should I read this or no? It's just from the people. Shout out to the greatest of all time, Dawn Bereth. Very kind of her.
Nice.
I'll read this. I'll take this to my house. That's very kind of her.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable sense of humor.
That's one of my favorite submissions.
And that's the perfect. Like it does kind of look participation trophy-esque.
Like that would be the quality of the actual award. Yeah, it wouldn't be any better than
Comedian of the Year is like a plaque.
For sure.
They were like a quarter?
Yeah.
It's a star.
A little desk ornament.
That is very kind. That's unbelievable. Yeah, hilarious. Great pool. Somebody, some people have brought that up over the weekend.
They moved quick on it too.
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah.
Somebody brought me what is it called? A certificate.
Nice.
At the meet and greet or something.
A certificate. That's tough.
Yeah. Comedian of the quarter. Yeah, stellar. A lot going on. Happy to be. We'll get right to the episode. Like we said earlier, unbelievable. First of all, I told him at the end of the episode, and you can listen, but we this is the first time ever having a politician.
Our first.
Yeah, and I do like when there's I always like high stakes.
Mm-hmm.
High stakes show. The Tonight Show. I felt that my engagement was high stakes.
Definitely.
I like, and when we're Easton likes high stakes.
Not really that high of stakes.
Yeah, like
$10 is not that high.
Yeah. Where you go?
High odds.
Yeah, I like high stakes.
Yeah,
I like pressure. I enjoy those type of things. We're playing golf. We're like, dude, you want to put $100 on this putt? I like in my obviously professionally, when there's a lot on the line, I feel like me and the guys that I've been touring with, every time we got a big sold out show, agents, managers, maybe I go, this is, and I feel like this one, there were so many we had security come up here, sweep the room.
Yeah.
Guys were standing out in the hallway, looking with the earpiece in.
We had snipers on the roof and stuff.
Yeah,
I assume they background checked all of us.
I like that. Oh yeah.
Everyone stalks me in public now, so they probably have been stalking me for days.
Oh yeah. Right. Easton and now people around town, if something good, they were like, hey, can you talk to you were like, no, I can't talk to
You're
him.
the mayor plug now.
Yeah,
it's you.
Let me reach out to him. And he did say we'll let you listen to the episode, but there is an update about the Instagram.
Yes, there is.
From the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
TBD.
Mm-hmm.
We're honored to have him, man. We're grateful that they would go literally, hey, an hour. We can't be fooling around. This is not a Sean Ryan podcast. They can't go on all day. Shout out to Sean Ryan. Yeah,
number 6 in the world this week.
Yeah, Joe Ryan. This is you got him for an hour, and then he's got there's some something on Franklin Pike that they're putting in a new McDonald's that he's got to go down there and cut the ribbon or something. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor of Nashville, Mr. Freddie O'Connell. Ladies and gentlemen, honored to have Mr. Mayor Freddie O'Connell in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Is this the first time we've ever had a politician?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
Is it?
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Lots of pressure.
Oh, yeah. Well, huge. I heard, listen, and I don't want to start with this, but I heard through Zany's owner, Brian Dorfman, that you are a comedian. Oh, yeah, dude. Did you know that? Nope. Did you know that? I said you're coming through. He goes, dude, he's a comedian.
This is like many things that sort of get ascribed to me that I would not self-identify as, right?
Oh, yeah. So what happened? Did you try it or no?
I mean,
he said you went up on like a...
so Nashville Comedy Festival this year, they had me come help kick it off. And I mean, you don't want to be...
That's a comic.
You don't want to be unfunny, right? So you just...
Give it a shot.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been a fan of... not just comedy, but specifically, we've had a good crew here for a long time. I used to hang out with all the Nashville stand-up guys, and we've had some people come out of that. I mean, it's funny now to be like bumping into Nate Bargatze as one of the top comics around, who's got a very Nashville-based story and recounting like his times at open mics and the bar car at Cummins Station.
Yeah.
And
that's a long time ago.
I was trying to think if I had been at any that he was at, because I used to have a bunch of people I knew that were hanging out there doing open mics. So
what you were like? Your background is like art and music and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then technology. I mean, so I came back to Nashville to work in basically internet and software stuff. So,
well, we were thinking about this before he came in here that Zelensky from Ukraine, also a comic.
Yeah,
or was that true?
But he's actually a legitimate performer, also a very good dancer. So he's like,
I didn't know that. Yeah. He's going to the Olympics and breakdancing. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he probably could compete. Or if they had ballroom. I mean, maybe.
Well, I wonder if I wonder if I was like, I wonder if politicians secretly I have a better sense of humor than people think, and then I wonder if comedians secretly are more political than people think.
My sense is that is not an automatic thing you should assume.
Fair, he's like, I've been in rooms. I'm telling you.
I hear your question. No.
I mean, I will say this. Like, I do think one of the harder parts of the job is just, I mean, look, so they're like any profession. You get people who get into it for right reasons and good at Excel. And I mean, I'm sure you're the same way, where there are some comics who are famous who you just don't like it in your comedy, right? And I think, in politics, it's the same thing. Like, I do think in so many ways, just to like almost every politician at least has, something about them that it's almost like you forget because you only see press releases, like get a little bit of sound bites in traditional media, maybe see something that goes viral. But I mean, it's almost like we forget, and I used to be guilty of this before I got in the game a little more, is just, oh, right, these are people, right? And it's
they are, and you are.
And the same thing I think is true of celebrities too, though, right? 100%. It's like, at some level, from, Jake Paul to Taylor Swift, everybody's sort of got just like their own things going on.
It's also human. Yeah.
Right.
I thought, would you ever like... that
doesn't mean you're funny, though.
Yeah, you still got to prove it. Yeah, you still got to... Do you think somebody, obviously, when you're around your grocery store, coffee shop, what are people asking you about? Are they saying thanks for stuff? Are they saying, can you fix the interstate's... What are they saying?
Yeah, no, this
interstate's
is
not you, but...
I actually... And maybe this goes back to... So... I was on Metro Council for 8 years before being mayor. And so interacted a ton with people in the urban core of Nashville and was at a lot of meetings, very present, very visible. And so I think there's a level of familiarity, at least in sort of that group of constituents. I think maybe I was expecting that people would come up to me more and either be a little more aggressive just because it's like a higher profile thing, bigger geographic area where you're not just talking to people you maybe have met personally and spent time with, but really it's a lot of selfies, a lot of thanks,
just like everybody else. Dude. Hey, can I get a selfie?
A lot of people just saying thanks for what you do. A lot of people just saying hi, like just a kind of a greeting, just wanted to like meet you, whatever. And every now and then, you may get a hey, here's what's happening, or just wanted to quickly talk to you. But those also
you're like, let me make a note of it. Yeah, I didn't.
And I have a lot of notes in my phone from exactly that kind of thing.
Do you roll your eyes a little bit when you feel that's the interaction you're about to have? Because you got to know immediately that, this is going to be one of those.
Oh, here goes this guy.
The good news is, and I guess this is maybe the positive side of that is, almost everybody does this in a way that is like they're clearly not trying to make a scene or have it be a spectacle or have it be awkward. I mean, I'd say 99% of those kinds of things result in somebody really having just a quick moment, and it's polite, and it's like I don't even think I could come up with in 2 years somebody talking at me in all caps, right? Like they tend to be very social media is a different story.
Well, I was going to say the exact same thing. On the internet, you can find people saying all sorts of things about John Crist, and people have asked me, and I go, not once.
Yeah,
not once has anyone ever confronted me to be like, hey, I mean, never.
there have been like little moments where obviously somebody is like either there's something like somebody's in a heightened emotional state because of something that's happening at the moment,
like currently outside of the courthouse or something like that.
Or something happening in the city, like
Sure.
the initial sudden and severe presence of ice in Nashville this spring. Like I talked to a couple people who were clearly disturbed by it, and it was disturbing, and so you kind of recognize that, and those conversations may go on a little longer, but for ordinary stuff, it's like, hey, just wanted you to know that like we've got a weird thing, like Labor Day, there was a guy out in Old Hickory who's got this like giant old tree that's kind of grown into the sidewalk, and it
Now
turns
we're
out
talking, dude.
right, and it turns out this is a little weird thing to solve because it's not a standard like go just patch the sidewalk. Like you have to get a little bit creative about it, and that sounds like you got a council member who's weighed in, our Department of Transportation's weighed in, and we haven't quite gotten to a solve. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, he's like ice or a guy that's grown out. You're like, all right, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
That's the range of stuff we do on a daily
We'll get to
basis.
it,
Right?
Yeah. I feel like, do you ever see like as a you or a business owner, would you ever, if somebody's complaining about something, would you be like, somebody goes, let's say the restaurant went out of business, and he goes, well, it's because of the mayor, and you like, just between us, that hamburger is bad.
I mean, look,
You're like, you're like, how am I? Why are you putting this on me? Your restaurant's bad.
I think sometimes the truth is complicated. Right?
That's a good politician answer, dude.
mean, it may be that the burger sucked, right?
You could throw that answer on anything.
Yeah. It's the mayor. Yeah.
But it's funny because I feel like a lot of this job actually has to do with reconciliation, right? Like you're going to hear from the guy who is very angry that something like maybe there was an issue where like you guys are real close to Tennessee Brew Works, right? I've had to work with Christian and that team over there because there have been times where our Nashville Department of Transportation maybe didn't give any notice. It's in a high construction area. There have been some both safety and road closure issues. And so like it is important to me that Metro get better at that. But then to your point, there are also some scenarios where it's like, okay, that may be true and, the burger may suck, right?
Yeah, it must
and
be.
So,
but it got to be both.
I think, so I have to go, I always have to be I have to have a willingness to listen to the person who may have a legitimate grievance and also recognize that grievance may not be the entire story. And because you may find that somebody has been treated unfairly, but also like there's a through the first punch moment or,
you don't know the whole story.
Right. And so
it seemed like
it is that there are a lot of situations that I have to go hear both truths and discover whether something is in the middle.
And I feel like I would like. You think I'd be good at it? I'm just kidding. That's not one of my questions. Yeah.
You can always go test that with voters.
Ooh,
He's
nice.
like, you got to take me off the
He's like, yeah, coming for me, bro.
What's something about this job that you didn't expect?
One of the maybe biggest surprises, and this is probably again just what you grow up familiar with and how much the world changes and how quickly it changes, is there are a lot of things that have happened that I think are global issues or very national issues that I get asked a lot about, right? Like I wouldn't have guessed that so many people would have not only cared what the mayor thought about Middle Eastern politics, but needed the mayor of Nashville to take a hard stance on that. That's a surprise, right? Because I grew up, in an environment where, well, one, we actually had a member of Congress who lived in the city, who represented the city. But I feel like for foreign policy things, it's like, oh yeah, we've got Congress for that. And so that part is a little interesting when like so much of our discourse is just like, who is a person that that may have some authority and why aren't they speaking on it? Because to me, my chief obligation is really, I got to be taking care of Nashville first. And if there is a foreign policy issue that is affecting our residents, I still got to look at that from the standpoint of, especially if it's conflict. From multiple global conflicts, we've got people from Russia and Ukraine who live in Nashville. We've got people from multiple different Middle Eastern communities that are here.
Now, with all those wars and conflicts and things like that, has us losing the Net Positive Instagram account, has that come through your office yet? Or
I checked in actually with our constituent services team before coming over.
All right.
Like,
So
hey,
it's on
this is popping. Like they were, they were like, you need to be aware of this before you go talk, because you may get asked about this.
Same
And so the truth is complicated.
The truth is complicated.
100% the truth is complicated.
I was joking, but my dad is the mayor of.
Were you though?
Yeah. No.
But we do still need it back. If you want to help us.
help. And we are so serious.
I do live in Nashville. No,
I mean, we do have to contact Meta from time to time. So if you need us to put in a good word.
If we get it back next week, dude, you are a lot of fans. You're a lot of fans. I'll tell you that, dude.
I mean, is this no-go territory for you? What the hell happened?
Okay, we lost. I think what happened is
I think what happened.
Okay, well, we got struck for. We don't have to talk about this on the pod. We got struck for community guidelines, and we post a lot of things all the time, and we think AI picked up some combination of some words. We still have no idea, but we think we got it narrowed down.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I think we're gonna get it back this week.
Hey. Okay.
We can do a little something off
air. Community
air.
Advisory happening right now. This is like breaking news.
If we drop this on Wednesday and it's up Wednesday.
Then it'll be like, hey, dude.
This is like the opposite of the burger guy blaming the mayor. This is going to be like, I came on here and you got your Insta back.
This is like the, and then how many re-elections can you go for? Forever, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in Trump's America, you can go as long as you want.
Chill.
King of Nashville.
Yeah, he's
Sounds
forever.
good.
Yeah. What does he run? What platform is he running on?
All I got to do. My understanding is all I got to do is an executive order, and I'm good.
I think that's what. That's what it is. Yeah. It's funny because my dad is the mayor of our town, the Lilburn, Georgia, very small town, but he's like he doesn't
Has he done the pod yet?
He hasn't done the pod. Oh yeah, he's gonna be upset.
Wow, you had another mayor on before your dad.
Wow,
before your dad.
Happy Father's Day.
It's like cheating on your dad.
I was gonna run for. Yeah. I guess I should have him on. I was gonna have him on as dad, but I should have him on as mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor dad.
Oh yeah.
We should host a debate.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have. It's such a small town. He doesn't have to have a stance on.
I mean, like you remember. I mean, it's just one letter difference. It's from Major Dad to Mayor Dad.
Mayor Dad.
Ooh,
oh yeah.
Nice.
See, I bet now I'm sober now, but if I get a DUI in Lilburn, Georgia, and I don't want to say there's favoritism, I could get off of that.
Can we fact check this? Is he sober now?
Fact check.
Yes. ChatGPT
Get a breathalyzer.
ChatGPT says his vocal patterns are working like a sober John. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild because you can like. I was gonna say my girlfriend, my now fiance.
Yeah, buddy.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
is this other breaking news?
We talked about it last week. I just got engaged. You know Lydia. Do you know Lydia? Lydia Fielder.
Oh, yeah.
For WSMV.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my fiance.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, I think I was supposed to say this before we started. But,
okay. Yeah. Well, look, I can
still
say congratulations.
I think it might have been possibly her office that connected us.
Well, that's, now I'm worried about conflict of interest.
Yeah, well, same.
There we go.
Yeah. Same.
Is the reason it hasn't come together yet because she is concerned about the loss of the Instagram account?
Oh, yeah. And then it came, well... Maybe the mayor's office is pulling more strings than we know because he did delay it, and he's like, I can't come on until September, and then a week before, it just magically,
took it down so we can get it back.
Yeah.
Create the problem so you can be the solution.
It's like Trump with the pets. Remember that he was like, they're eating all the pets, and then he fixed it. And
that's what we heard that this was going on, and we asked Meta, hey, well, if they're eating pets over there at Indo.
Indo. We talked to Zuckerberg. We talked to him. Yeah, we got to figure it out. Yeah, I'd like all right. So I was gonna ask about her. So Lydia gets when people aren't. One of my jokes is too far. People get mad or email or say that's offensive. Like she doesn't have the capability to. She gets so sensitive about the same with my mother. Very sensitive. I don't. to do this job, I think there's similarities in our, and you shot my last one down, but maybe we'll have some similarities here. You do have to kind of let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody says Freddie O'Connell and you go, all right.
I mean, it's the funniest thing about the distinction between being aware of the comments and reading the comments. And I tell like people closest to me, don't read the comments. Why would you ever do that? Right? There's no reason to do that. But you also kind of want to be at least aware of sort of the nature of what's going on
in general,
right? Like, yeah. I mean, I definitely believe that vibes matter, but it's so funny. I mean, let me give
That's
you maybe
a platform I can get behind.
the silliest example of this whole thing that was
all vibes matter.
All vibes matter. I've got that yard sign actually. If you need merch, we could probably set something up on a licensing basis.
Get that done. I'll talk to the DOT.
It's not Creative Commons, so you're going to have to talk to me first.
It's on record though. So
yeah, it is on record. But one of the silliest examples, because this was a tension we had, because I had always sort of done like it was weird for me, and Javier is proof positive of this. It's weird for me to even have like communications staff, right? Because I had always just talked directly to media. I'd always kind of done my own thing on social media, and so we had a moment. I think this was maybe. This may have been late 2023, so we were getting down to it, and I wished everybody a happy Jeff Fisher Day on August 8th.
Yeah,
and so there was this. Well, but the thing is, like, if you know the lore, it's a reasonable thing. But it was also sort of like, wait, like this could make people could have opinions about this. Yeah. But it's like, guys, it's
at the end of the day,
it's good fun.
Yeah. Well, I think you are. I was going to say you're like Trump in this way, but you're going to shut that down.
I'm out.
In a way that you go, well, that guy seems straight up. Like I feel like I watch press conferences where I go, well, that guy seems like. And sometimes, if you could be critical of politics, you're like, all right, I don't know. There's a lot of positioning. I go, well, when your name came up, I go, let's have him on the pod. Like kind of like that idea of like. Would you like to have a beer with Obama or George Bush, whatever side you're on? You go, well, that guy seems like a guy that agree or disagree. You're like, I can get on board with the leadership of that guy
versus somebody who's just like a suit.
And you go, well, I don't know what they're like. There's a lot of positioning and and you're like, well, that guy. Sometimes you do say things that are like off the cuff that I go, as a guy that says things off the cuff, I go, I respect that, or I like that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this is true for sort of not just like people in politics, but I think it's true for brands, and it's that thing about what's safe and are you going to get criticized, and are you like if how worried are you about being right or exactly like having your thoughts completely final and fixed on any given thing, and I think that's also the hardest thing though, right? Like I think especially in politics, there's very little mercy for the idea that you could ever change your mind about something. And yet the weirdest part about that is there's also very little mercy for the idea of flip-flopping. And so you're kind of like...
You get crushed for that.
You get crushed for sort of both things. And so then it doesn't leave people with a lot of room to kind of confidently stand. And so I think that's why the common perception is that people are just a suit, or maybe saying a lot of words without providing a lot of meaning.
Well, there does seem to be, like, if I'm trying to think of an example, like it's a funny example of my dad being the mayor. So we have the city park is like the bane. It's a very small town, so the city park's a big issue. We have 2 tennis courts that are it's the size of a football field. He, for whatever reason, I don't know if he let it, but he goes, we got to take down. There's 4
this
people.
This isn't going to end in pickleball, is it?
No. You're lucky. You're even worse. No.
Wow. All right.
He goes, hey, we got to take down these courts. It's so big. We have a limited amount of space here. And there was maybe people picketing outside of, we want the tennis courts. Let us, no truce. Let us have deuce. Or I don't know what they were saying. And then I've just made that up. That's stupid. then that's right. That's so dumb. And then he goes, I think we're gonna get rid of these. If like 6 people can play, and it's like, and then he took it all down as this huge thing. And then he put up like I'm not saying hit, but playground, a splash pad, and it's unbelievable. And everybody goes, thank you so much. This is unbelievable. So there has to be something you go.
If there's a decision, I mean, I think that's part of it too, right? There's got to be. I mean, I think in that case, it's if he knew the outcome was good for the community, you sometimes do have to get through all the difficult process. Yeah. But if you can show the other side is better than what was there before, then it's worth it. And I think we've been through that. I mean, the biggest example of that is, I think, this past November when voters showed up overwhelmingly in Nashville to usher in an era of actually being able to fund transportation and infrastructure for a generation. Yep. And that was just 6 years after we tried this, and it didn't work for.
That's the biggest thing on the ballot.
Right.
Yep.
And so, but I feel like still, like, not only this year we've been able to show progress, improve lives, like that gets better year over year for the next 15 years and more. And so we could go out and make a good public argument. Now, you had some opposition, but I think because people also felt the need, I mean, I think that's so much of what it is, right? And the bottom line is every decision is a function of disagreement.
Yeah.
And so you leave somebody pissed off. And I think some of it is very serious in terms of how many people, how strongly will they disagree, and is the thing that they're disagreeing about, can you later go back and show them, hey, see, this wasn't that bad, this is better. Another silly example, it's just, I tend to wade into pet controversy because I tend to be very honest about my dislike for cats.
Oh, wow. All right, well,
you know? And so then
you're like, that's a platform. Yeah.
Well, but there may be a coalition of people out there who are very fond of cats, and now suddenly they've got to think about.
You'll know when they're coming. You can probably smell them. Yeah.
Well, wow. Okay. You went there.
No. I got to.
So he's backpedaling.
Yeah. He's changed his mind.
It's kind of like parenting, where it's like you feel like you know the best outcome for the child, and that would be the public here, I guess. And so you kind of got to be like, hey, listen, you just got to trust me. Let me get you through this. Is that how you feel about the Tesla tunnel?
Well,
nice.
Before we, that was an excellent drop into a topic. Before we get to it, though, I think the part that matters, though, is, and this is a little less true of parenting in some ways, because I think they're, especially in the earliest of early years, right? Like, the idea of informed consent for an infant about whether they should drink water or milk, that's not really a thing. And so parenting has a lot of things, I think, that are built up across, generations of people doing this and doing things the right way. Public discussions, I mean, that's another real interesting tension between listening and leadership, right? And you have to make a lot of tough choices about when you're listening carefully and you're like, actually there's something to this, versus those scenarios where, again, it's like leading a public conversation. And I think that's what happened with transit. Is we knew there was a need out there, but it wasn't just going to happen on its own. Like, we had been kind of stumbling for a quarter century around this stuff. And so it's like, we're going to commit to this. We're going to show you, we're going to make a good public argument for it. But then ultimately, at the end of the day, on that one, voters got to decide. And so not everything also is a case where the public gets to decide together, but that's also, then we also recognize that's what elections are for.
Well, me and Alex voted for it. Easton didn't, though. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm just joking. I'm going
to have to think about the Insta thing again.
Yeah. No, he voted for it. Now, actually, now that I think about it,
but the Tesla tunnel is a really interesting example too, because that's not really an us thing, right? Yeah. That's a, private entity approached the state and said, hey, we'd like to do this. And I think state sees both an infrastructure and an economic development thing. And eventually we come into the conversation because it is going to happen, at least for now, entirely in Nashville. Yeah. But it's a weird thing because we have a limited number of touch points to it. I know, broadly speaking, it's deeply unpopular, but I also feel like if they pull it off, the actual day-to-day living impact if they do it right and they meet all the challenges of us doing due diligence, and Murfreesboro Road doesn't collapse and it's not like flooding all the time, or something's on fire all the time. The impact to day-to-day Nashvillians is not really going to be that much. And meanwhile, we're focused on the things we're trying to get done above ground, and that stuff is really where our focus has been.
If you're against it, wouldn't the majority of those people that are against, wouldn't you want those Tesla drivers underground? You're like, I don't want to be driving next to these people. Get them.
Yeah, I think the biggest questions and concerns for us though are we've got to make sure that other things we have going on underground, from stormwater to utilities and all that stuff, and that like things we want to do on the surface are like that stuff's all protected, right? That we wouldn't run a risk that if we ran anything from bus rapid transit to maybe someday light rail down Murfreesboro, that stuff is good down below the ground. So,
well, we were driving somewhere. I want to say it was on the interstate, and that we was this gigantic pothole, and I was like, freaking, what's going on? And Lydia, to her credit, she goes, this is not a local. So what's a Tesla tunnel? Because I didn't even know that. Like, what is?
Yeah.
How do you? Why isn't there ever a news press conference that you go, hey guys, it's not my thing.
This is a tough one because on the one hand, we both have to and want to work. Like, we want our Nashville Department of Transportation and our State Department of Transportation, NDOT and TDOT. We want to and have to have them be able to work together. But the reality is, like, you drive down James Robertson today, like the curve around, just north of the Capitol.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's milled, and it's been milled for a while, and it's a bumpy ride, and they're going to repave it. But that's a TDOT project. And I think one of the things that's really interesting, too, about this maybe go back to the things that surprise you, is still the at the end of the day, I also have to recognize that I'm fundamentally accountable for things that I have no authority for. And that is in some ways
like a
tough part of the job.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, because you could call a press conference this afternoon, right? If you wanted, when everybody would come.
I could do it right now. In fact, this is a press conference.
All right. So there's no with my dad with the tennis court thing. There is no like scoreboard. Like in 10 years, you don't get to hold a press conference and say, "This was my thing." The city is this because of this. Like that, I feel like maybe the good things you don't get.
Half of the things we did in year one, we won't even. I mean, some of them will probably be I'm retired or approaching end of life before they're ever realized. Like anything, we know the Titan Stadium will open in 2027.
Yeah.
But if you take the scrap yard all the way up to where Oracle's going to be, and everything in between there, the parks, the greenways, the new pedestrian bridge, all that stuff. I mean, new residential areas, like the neighborhoods that are going to be over there, that stuff isn't going to be built till I'm out of office. But we've got to get as many of the decisions right about where it'll get built, how it'll get built, all the infrastructure choices, all of those things, the financing, any of that. We got to get that stuff right today so that a decade from now. But you don't get to point back to it.
The only thing not rebuilt is the Titans' offensive line.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say it. That's not your department, though, right? Or is it? That is. That's you, right?
Executive order.
Yeah.
I build the wall.
No, they're good.
In front of Cam Ward.
Gonna give you guys the hottest take of the year here. I think this is gonna be Will Levis's year.
Oh boy. That's all laughing, dude. Yo, dude, chill.
I might impeach you for that. I don't know.
He's choking over here.
Approval rating tanking.
He's dying, dude. No, I think a good thing. I saw some good things from the Titans yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you enumerate them?
I think the Cam Ward looked decent.
I mean, I don't be
able to drop some passes, but we'll see when we get back here next week.
No, I mean, it wasn't a disaster. There were moments where you looked at the score and you were like, what's actually happening here?
Yeah.
But I'd worry the most about I mean, it's like, how can you not get the O-line to play? Like, because watching, after the Titans game, watching the Bills, it was like, gosh, I'd watch every play. I mean, this guy gets 254 passing yards in a quarter.
Yeah,
and I'm watching him, and he's like untouchable. It's like
Can't get him,
the Bills, like they built an impenetrable fortress.
And you're joking a little bit, but it might. You might not. This is not the topic of this podcast, but it might not have been Will Levis's fault.
Like
he was just getting.
Well,
I mean,
he's feeling pretty good today. Let's say that. He woke up today. The birds were chirping. Sun was shining. He's like,
yeah,
may even have those painkillers, but
yeah.
But I think that's the other harder part. Like, I don't know what he ever knew too about like a couple different things. Like the rebuilding might not have been there full enough for him to get the full chance, but also he may have been struggling with a necessary surgery that wasn't 100% injury related. So who knows? Right. But
you ever try to?
What'd you say?
Said more turnovers and touchdowns.
Probably more turnovers.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Not bitter at all. Though.
Not mad.
He probably
haven't lost.
He probably had some. He probably had some money on.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to tell you, if you went back and just watched the highlight reel of a couple of his connects with D-Hop, it was like, okay, this could be a thing someday.
No.
And that the hardest part about last night actually was watching D-Hop get a great catch and Derrick Henry just completely run over.
What had happened was, sports related. If you had to bet all your money, red or black, you getting an MLB or an NBA team here first?
I think it's hard to imagine an NBA team just because the Grizzlies are down the road, and I don't get any sense that the league is giving up on that market. And we're not in my lifetime. We're not going to be like a market that between Memphis and Nashville. I don't think we could ever be an LA and or an Oakland or in New York and or New Jersey where you got multiple franchises in the same league and a really close geography.
Yeah.
Maybe the bigger bet is WNBA versus MLB, and I would put $1 American on WNBA there.
$1, Bob.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. This week's episode brought to you by Blue Land, officially endorsed by Mayor Freddie O'Connell.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. No,
That's what this means.
Definitely did not say that. He's also not in here. Yeah. I don't know.
Cut to empty
Sorry.
chair. Mayor, what do you think of that?
Clean ingredients, ladies and gentlemen. In case you missed it, the EPA just banned 2 cancer-causing chemicals. Did you know this? There's a good chance they're in a ton of your cleaning products. Interesting. Don't take any chances with your family, your pets, or your health. Switch your old cleaning products for Blue Land. They're EPA Safer Choice certified, so I can trust that they're only safe, clean, and effective. Oh, dishwasher tablets. Those are the ones that I have. When's the last time you actually checked the ingredients in your dishwasher pods? Easton probably doesn't do the dishes at his house. Spoiler alert.
Actually, I unload it. Thank you very much.
I unload. All right, well, that's not the pods. That's not what you load. The loader. You need to talk to the loader about this. Full of chemicals.
The loader.
And microplastics.
His wife?
No, full of chemicals and microplastics. Did she know this? No. And studies show that the residue ends up inside of you, causing inflammation.
That's a residome.
Residome. Boom. And Alex is full of these on this week's episode of the podcast, including one of the greatest joke drops of probably all time. I don't know if we've gotten to it yet. Probably already covered it. Studies show the residue ends up inside of you, causing inflammation and gut damage. But Blue Land's dishwasher detergent tablets are 100% plastic-free, made with certified clean ingredients that are safe for the whole family. I feel like that tagline is somewhere. Somebody else says that. Safe for the whole family. Oh, Christian radio. Oops. From cleaning sprays to hand soaps, toilet bowl cleaner, laundry tablets. Listen to this. All Blue Land products are made with clean ingredients you can feel good about. That's unbelievable. I got it all over my house, from the dishwasher to the kitchen to the bathrooms, all the way to the laundry, anything cleaning related. Blue Landed up, brother, top to bottom. Trusted in over 1 million homes, including mine. Blue Land is a special offer for listeners right now. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/netpositive. You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/netpositive for 15% off. That's blueland.com/netpositive to get 15% off, or hit the link in the episode description below. This week's episode brought to you by ExpressVPN. Have you ever browsed in incognito mode? It's probably not as incognito as you think, Easton. Google recently settled a $5 billion lawsuit after being accused of secretly tracking users in incognito mode. Interesting. Google's defense: incognito mode does not mean invisible.
The truth is complicated.
The truth is complicated. You heard it here first. Well, second, I guess, obviously, because Freddie said it. Yeah. The fact that all your online activity is still 100% visible to a ton of third parties, unless you use ExpressVPN. Without ExpressVPN, ladies and gentlemen, these third parties can still see every website you visit, even in incognito mode. Your internet service provider can see it. Your mobile network can see it. The admins of your Wi-Fi network can see it. Your school, boss, parents, whoever. Express parents.
Hold on a second.
Express.
What are we trying to do here?
Your parents. ExpressVPN reroutes.
Wait a second.
Hey, whoa, what? 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted service so third parties can't see your browsing history, kids. Why ExpressVPN is the best VPN? Yeah, I think a lot of people use VPNs for like airline tickets and stuff they track you, and then they're like you're paying extra because you're from a certain area, or they track that you've visited this site before, so it marks it up. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just best when all the cards are out on the table. I'll say it this way, and the best way I can know how to defend the VPNs, like all the cards are on the table, and like Meta has like 51 of them, and you're like, what's the algorithm? Why is this showing up on my For You page? How is this? We don't. It's like your credit score. Like, what is? And they're like, we'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
ExpressVPN is just taking a few back.
Yeah, I've been using this for like 2 years.
That's just the easiest way to say
and
it.
it just is nice to know that no one's grabbing my info as I'm browsing around the internet, whether I'm doing anything wild or not.
I just sometimes, I don't think that's
for
even
normal
a part
browsing.
of it. It's like, hey, do you you get a new app, or like, hey, do you mind if they just watch everything? And I just go, no. Or like Apple, hey, can you? We're just gonna put a little Filipino guy in your phone, and he's just gonna look. I don't know why I said he's Filipino, but he's just gonna look around
because he's small.
Hey,
and he can sing really well.
Hey, someone is gonna the guy that cuts the grass. Do you mind if he just comes in? He's gonna watch a show, get some sweet tea on your couch. Do you mind? I'll go, what?
Yeah, so why would you invite somebody into your phone if you wouldn't invite them into your house?
Dude, let us write the copy,
well
bro.
Done, bro.
Unbelievable.
That's really good.
Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/netpositive. That's expressvpn, expressvpn.com/netpositive, and get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/netpositive. Yeah, I think our greatest, if people from all around the country, because we had a lot of Nashville listeners, but all over the country and the world, our greatest export is that everybody knows us for is tourism, right?
Well, yeah, but there's a few reasons for that. I mean,
tourism and pulled pork.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Nashville has definitely become a food city in its own right. But the reason the tourism thing happened is because I think we realized and then kind of doubled down on the idea that Music City was a real thing. And so keeping the music business with a lot of anchors here, including into the 21st century, such that a lot of the streaming companies and like royalties for streaming, just like their predecessors, a lot of them have a big footprint in Nashville. You have a lot of talent that's here, on not just the frontline talent of musicians and vocalists, but a lot of the production talent. And that's true for audio and video. And so Music City is a real thing. And so we have a good array of venues. You can see all kinds of stuff. I think beyond that, though, we have absolutely demonstrated, because of that destination ecosystem that builds up around Music City, that we're also a great sports town. I mean, I don't know that we get a lot of recognition for the fact that we have the largest soccer-specific stadium in North America at Geodis Park. I mean, that's an accomplishment, and the fact that they've done everything from not just do.
It is great. It is pretty unbelievable.
It is. And so Nashville SC, they do concerts. They've got. They've had international friendlies there. It's like actually the first time
they got one
took
tonight,
our daughters.
right?
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It was the Korean soccer team. I saw them at the Thompson last night.
Mexico is playing tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Then we've like the first game we actually took our daughters to was the U.S. women's national team playing Japan on the She Believes Cup, and so it's that's a pretty cool feature of our overall sports economy as well, which has kind of come up alongside.
And do you come into this? Do you come into the sporting events very Trump-esque, or do you keep a low profile? Everybody's like, he ruined the U.S. Open. That's what I heard. That he was like, or if when he comes to Alabama, Georgia, or something like that.
No, I mean,
there's a line outside. Like, why is this line out here? It's like Freddie O'Connell's here. Like, guys, what?
Again?
Yeah, no,
Again?
I would much rather
For the She Believes Cup?
No, I would much rather be there just as a fan. It's I mean that. So one night the weather was great. I can't remember what it was a rare time. It might have been I think it was before school started though. It was something in summer. The girls were up to something, and so like we as a family just like the family didn't want to go to the game, but it was sort of after it was almost like the city was sort of experiencing a sigh of relief that it had been like weeks before some of the disruption around immigration stuff had happened, and I was just like, you know what, it's weather is beautiful. I hadn't been in a while. I'm going to go. And I just hung out in the supporters section for a while. And kind of nobody knew, but I saw a few friends there, and it was just like, okay, this is fun. So,
well, was it true that the attendance was down because of ice?
Very much so. There was a key moment after the first few weeks because the team did the smart and right thing, which is they created a lot of space for Spanish language supporters groups and allowed for tailgating. That supporters group, like the overall cluster of supporters groups, have kind of stood together. And there was a moment where they very pointedly told their members to stay home, and they were suspending tailgating and not showing up. And they like held a big banner up that said, "We are not all here." And so the supporters groups that went were kind of recognizing that, hey, we're missing some people. I think it's gone back up since then, but. It highlighted how sensitive an entire community can be when you get disrupted in that way.
Wow. I wonder what's both sides of the politics. Like if the Republican goes to like Auburn, Georgia, they're like, yeah, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I think Trump yesterday going to the U.S. Open in New York is like, yeah, this isn't. Does that make sense? Like, this isn't really where you're going to be like especially loved.
Yeah, and sports has like cultural affinities, right?
Sure.
Like to your point, the SEC
versus the WNBA, for example, they were like, yeah.
Or even MLS, right, is a very different.
To be a left-leaning sport. Is that fair to say?
Probably more
not the sport.
Well, I'd say it this way: left-leaning or not, a more global fan base probably than if you went to watch the Titans at their home opener at Nissan.
That's a good way to say that. That's a good political way to say that. A more, global fan base.
But even that has a total different vibe than if you go to a Sounds game, right? The Sounds are in their final stretch of home games, and you go over there, and like we were there a few weeks ago for a 10,000 plus crowd, and that's a lot more. The way they've structured the in ballpark experience has a lot for not just families, but like I know a lot of my younger friends will just go and like, the whole thing about the bandbox, and then you can like now there's the stuff around like get a tailgate right there.
Yeah, that's
fun. They finished up sort of the mixed use area, so there's a lot of places to hang out right there.
Are those? Do you ever get? Now that I think, I live right on 8th Avenue, right by Zany's.
Oh yeah.
Am I in Nashville?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it cuts off at like. Has anyone ever called you and you'd be like, "You're not. You live in Brentwood, bro. Don't even. This is talk to him."
We do make sure to get people to the appropriate jurisdiction when necessary.
Yeah, so somebody from Franklin is like, "Hey, dude, my road is," and you go, "Well, here's the." That's not me, brother.
You got the wrong number.
That's not me, brother.
Now, what is more interesting that you're actually closer to is the whole Berry Hill conundrum in our satellite cities, because that's a thicket. But most of those things also tend to work themselves out without being a real.
I do feel that. I did run for HOA board and I didn't get it.
Oh my God! Why did you do that?
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it. I was going to try to
running and losing for HOA. That's brutal in two different ways. Wow.
When was this?
Wow.
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh God.
No, I ran for it.
Seriously, we need to get you a better campaign.
I'm dead serious. You could ask her. We have like 160 units in our thing, and I was like, I want to like be in charge of this, and they were like, no. and I'm also popular in there.
Now we're really learning why Insta got canceled. This is like
This is bad
he's
PR.
got radical ideas
Or
for the
why
HOA.
He's trying to learn from you.
This
He's
is
like,
bad
you pulled
PR.
it off, man. What did I do wrong?
I'm trying to get some insight.
Yeah. What do you
go,
think?
no.
What do you think did it for? I mean, what was your?
Well,
He tried to close the tennis courts. And
He was trying to doge the HOA.
he was like, we're gonna drain the swamp.
there's really nothing.
we're going to build a wall, and the community next door is going to pay for it.
They said, no, brother.
They said you're not here half the year, bro.
Yeah, we never
You're on the road. Your dates are posted.
Yeah, we've never seen you open your garage.
Brown had to step in. All the pets were vanishing. He had to step in.
Hey, you know how that gigantic tour bus comes down the street in the
2
middle
a.m.?
of the night? We hate that, dude.
In fact, that's what the other guy's running on.
Yeah.
No buses.
Bus out of here, dude. That's probably true. Yeah, is there any I do feel proud of Nashville in a way, especially in like right after like COVID and everything, when the country's kind of opening back up. I used to see, if you know anything about touring, that all the buses leave either Thursday night or Wednesday night. Everybody's going out. I'm talking hundreds.
Yeah.
Where I'm a comic, but there's a lot of country singers here and a lot of people that you've never even heard of that are on tour buses.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
And they all come back either Sunday night or Monday morning. And I thought I felt a lot of pride in the country, in the city, but almost like, you know how they'd send like the bands and stuff out into like the war to like entertain. And it was like, it's a very noble. I felt like it was a very noble profession where the country in a lot of ways was sad, kind of demoralized, and these entertainers were going out amongst the people and entertaining them, and then coming back and being rejuvenated and maybe and then doing it again. I felt very proud of the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because that's probably a pulse that is mostly invisible unless you're really close to any of the related industries. But it is interesting, like talking to people who live at least part of their lives on the road, right? Because touring is a big deal, and it is a little bit of a grind. And we like I'd say Dolly is beloved in our family, and so even as we work to get her a new hotel out of the ground here, close to like right on the edge of the entertainment district, it was interesting to actually take the girls out to Dollywood and go on her tour bus and hear some of the stories of that, and kind of, because you got to make life on the road work too. And it's not always the easiest thing, but, it was also interesting to hear how she tried to make sure that everybody she was touring with was well taken care of too.
You ever had I'm sure you have. You ever had a call or a text from a celebrity that thinks they got some pull, and they go, well, let me get Mayor O'Connell on the line, and you go, bro, you live in Franklin. They don't live down here. It goes about 2 miles from here, right? 4 miles from downtown.
Yeah, if you take 8th Avenue south out of town, like basically once you're on the other side of OHB, you're measuring in yards.
Yeah.
So
So you point them to the constituents, point them to the proper constituents.
No, more often than not, we kind of have these, moments to do sort of recognitions, or we just proclaimed Margot Price Day last week, and she was performing at the Ryman in their 100th year, right?
Yep.
And I think I love this about Nashville too, in the same way, where we have not, I feel like, really become infected by paparazzi culture, in the sense that, generally our vibe has always been leave our celebrities alone and let them be, treated like normal people rather than making a big deal about everybody wherever they go. I think similarly, the response to that has been a lot of our high profile musicians, entertainers, not only are pretty chill about things, but a lot of times they get pretty invested in stuff that's going on in the community.
Oh, locally.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban.
They're at Zanies all the time.
Yeah, and they show up to the Belcourt. They were contributors to stuff at the downtown library. I mean, they tend to be pretty invested, and I think that's great when you see people doing that.
I think everybody's kind of like, especially the people who have lived here for a minute and are proud of what the city is and what it's been for them, myself included. I've been here 10 years. I love it.
Yeah.
How do we prevent from becoming LA?
Yeah. I think maybe the most interesting thing that happened this year for me in terms of how to even grapple with that was I went over our sister cities delegation invited me to join them for our 10-year anniversary of celebrating the relationship with Kamakura in
That's
Japan.
like the Tennessee UN, the sister cities.
Yeah, it's pretty neat though. And so I got to go over to Japan, and so we spent most of the week in our sister city. It was about an hour outside of Tokyo, and then went into Tokyo. So, kind of smaller, outlying, almost connection to the past suburb of Tokyo, and then this kind of very modern mega city. But the same thing was true in both places, which is there's just no litter. Like everybody has it as a cultural norm that we just don't do this. And then like when you're on the train, it's just like quiet. Like nobody's on their phone. It's like they've got these interesting norms. And I think some of it to me is we've just got to, as like those people who are here in Nashville, just kind of have to keep reinforcing that, not just for one another, but for new arrivals of, hey guys, we have a Nashville way of doing things. And it's sort of we recognize we've got a lot of really awesome people here, and we're going to just kind of let them do their own thing.
It's like a Smokey the Bear thing. It's like only you can prevent us from being LA.
Which, by the way, I'm justified with my behaviors around town. No, listen, hold on. No. Freddie.
Okay, hang on. You're pushing us into, that's not the same as saying we tolerate private behaviors in public spaces.
Sure.
But it is one of my favorite ever Stephen Wright jokes where he goes, he was reflecting on the Smokey the Bear thing, and he's like, only you can prevent forest fires. That's
you're like me.
It's just me.
It's only me.
Like it's all me.
It's a lot of pressure.
Like that's a ton of pressure.
I always, we talk about this on the pod all the time. I like famously was in the Gulch, and there was a guy.
I remember this very famous.
I'm sure you did. Yeah. You're like episode 116.
My favorite
big listener. Thank you for bringing this story back up. Me and Lydia, obviously, she lives down in the Gulch. We spent a lot of time with. There's a guy with a motorcycle muffler, very loud. I confronted him.
Oh,
I go, hey, Freddie O'Connell said this is not how.
I'm appointed by
It's not how we do things. This is not how we do
he's
things.
been on it about noise in the Gulch.
But you go, like one time we were in, there was a convenience store that I was in, and a guy, I told the story on the pod, a guy robbed it. He was in, he it's a bunch of ice cream sandwiches.
And you witnessed this?
Yes. Okay. And I go, hey, bro, what are you doing? And then Lydia was just, I mean, everybody's constantly mortified that and it turned into a little bit of a confrontation that I probably didn't need to be involved in. But my point always has been like, dude, who's gonna, we can't just allow this behavior. Now, Lydia would probably be on your side. Be like, we're trying to have a family in the future. We cannot be dead. But I go, now
that would make it difficult.
But now I'm going to go home and say, listen, Freddie, he didn't say it in these words, but he did kind of say, thank you for supporting the Nashville way of life.
This is how people get radicalized.
Yeah.
They go, he told me. He told me I should do
great.
it. Yeah.
This feels great, dude.
No, I'd say my job here is to make you both feel like you were right.
Oh, yeah. We'll just clip that one part. That's fine. That's fine.
Cut that out.
Then you go, if somebody's harassing somebody or down on Broadway or whatever, you were like,
I'm so glad your first instinct was to protect the safety of the moment. However, next time you may want to engage our Metro Nashville Police Department.
Did they at least give you an ice cream sandwich for protecting them?
No. He goes, well, the guy goes, what are you going to do about it? And I go, well, nothing. But glad we had this conversation. Yeah.
I just thought you might want to consider, what might be moral challenges.
I just did what I was going to do.
What is this?
This is it.
That was the thing.
I should have done the more political way.
Your move.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Only you can prevent this robbery.
Me? What is your favorite? Do you ever been to Broadway not working?
Yeah.
All the time?
Not all the time.
He's like, hold on.
I mean,
Where do you like to go down there?
my go-to and the place I take friends if they're in town is Roberts.
Yeah, same. I think same.
Just want some more votes.
Yeah.
I mean, and like there are a bunch of places to go have fun, and I think it's just there's a like all of them. There is a little bit of there's something for anybody who wants to go down there and experience it, like what Garth and Trisha did at Friends in Low Places with this, the strategic hospitality guys is a very different thing than what like Kid Rock's is or what Nudies is or any of the bigger ones like Jason Aldean's. Like, and there's been such a proliferation that I haven't even been in a bunch of them, like Miranda Lambert's, whatever. I never even made it into FGL House before it went away.
And now they're hate to see
they keep taking our memories.
Yeah, it is. Is there a lot of ways where you do kind of have to maybe show a little bit more attention to Broadway? Because there have been some very high-profile it happened on Broadway, and everybody from around the country, a lot of listeners of the podcast, all we know about Nashville is pedal taverns,
right.
Broadway, and those party wagons.
And I think that's maybe the hardest part is, on the one hand, yes, like I think it's amazing that we have this vibrant entertainment district that attracts people from all over the world. On the other hand, it bugs me that people not only like have that conception as unique in their understanding of Nashville, but also it's not the only thing in downtown, right?
Yeah.
And like we have a beautiful symphony hall, we have an amazing Country Music Hall of Fame and museum, we've got a new National Museum of African American Music, we've got the Crist Art Museum. Like there really are things for people to do in downtown that have nothing to do with Broadway. And I think, I mean, even getting over in this part of town, like getting to Third Man Records, like there's, and that's actually pretty cool to go in there in an off the beaten pathway. And
the pedal taverns don't come to Third Man.
That's right. That's right. But I think there is a little bit of a challenge of how we remind people of that there is so much more to downtown Nashville than just the Broadway and the entertainment.
When is the city council meetings?
Every first and third Tuesday.
And it probably is the agenda. You go, yeah, Broadway again? I'm sure it's like,
the funniest
what's going on down there?
You mostly not, because a lot of it happens just it's usually questions of enforcement or actually boards and commissions that deal with some of that stuff. Like we've got a transportation licensing commission that actually has all the regulatory authority for party buses and pedal taverns, and they also do taxis. They do horse carriages.
I'll run for that next. Yeah, I got to get on that.
Well, there you go.
Who's good? Who? I need a name. Who removed the hot tub party wagon?
I
remember that.
Yeah,
that was wild.
That was a hot tub.
That was the wildest one.
That one was
wild. Is that before your time?
It was a rolling public health hazard. No,
I was like, all right, this is insane.
I do,
That's a Nashville executive order. It's
I sort of marvel at that, because it's sort of like, I don't want to try to quantify how many different kinds of fluids are in that thing, right? Like, and especially because it was like
we don't need a health inspector
right after
out there.
COVID, right?
Yes, it was after COVID. Yeah.
But no, we did have to sort of deal with that. There was some both court and law enforcement involvement in that, and
I'll show up to that council meeting.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like that stuff. There, while it isn't the animating feature of every council meeting, there is one bill that's percolating right now that is trying to distinguish between party buses and sightseeing buses, like Old Town Trolley and Gray Line versus the actual party buses.
You ever seen any of those like TikToks or anything of like I feel like it's a lot of comedians or like entertainment personalities like trying to like prank the city council.
No, and maybe I should go look for those.
No, let's keep it that way. Yeah,
like Chad and JT.
Yeah, they're always like going in because those videos are public,
Yeah.
and they kind of do like, oh, we need to like stoke the bro movement or whatever. You never seen that? That's probably good.
Yeah. Probably for the best that I'm no longer on Metro Council. In fact, as far as I know, we didn't get got.
Well, we'll wrap it up with it. I got 1,000 more questions, but I want to be respectful of your time. What do you think the people in? What do you want? The three members of Net Positive to do? No, I'm just kidding. Like, What's the best? If
since we're off of Insta, nobody's
we're
gonna
off
even.
Yeah, we love Nashville. Obviously, you grew up here. You love Nashville too. What do you ever get when you're talking about those the people of Nashville? Do you ever get bummed out that either the people stood for this or not this, or voted for this or not this, and you go, guys, really? We're trying to go in this direction, whatever you decide, whatever you think that direction you go. Because when the presidential election, I go, all right, whatever happens here tomorrow, the majority of the people of this country said they would like to go in this direction. So I'm going to make it my business to try to understand why the majority of the people want to like it. I'm sure you've tried to get things done and they've repeatedly said yes or no.
Yeah.
And you go,
well, I think that's part of it. If I were sharing things with people, I would say, look, I acknowledge that this sucks. There are so many ways to make yourself mad online right now. And honestly, just, there's a reality out there about just overall costs of everything from, groceries to restaurants to housing, which we know is an issue in Nashville. And then we deal with this stack that has different flavors to it, federal, state, and local.
Yep.
And the place that I've got the best opportunity to try to keep this city becoming a better city every day is at the local level. And I hope people realize, one, I think it's always important to remind ourselves there was something about Nashville that at some point brought us here or kept us here.
Yep.
And some of those things are really, really good. And so, I know from before I ever got into this, raising a family here, like this is a much better city by and large for families and children than it was when my brother and I were growing up. There's just more opportunities, more low cost or completely free things to do as kids. We've got a better park system, better library system, better schools, and we keep making progress on those fronts. So I think that's part of it is we've got this dedicated workforce of more than 10,000 people that's out there every day trying to do that work, trying to offer a little bit better customer service, a little more infrastructure. And we're in this moment where schools are improving, crime is down, we've got the best credit rating in Metro's history, and we all just came together to make an important decision for safety, how we move around the city, make it easier, just take a little bit of that pressure off, and that day by day we're getting it done. And so I know it can be hard to see because it's like you want that pop of just like instant transformative stuff, but we're putting our shoulders into it and we got a bunch of great people working together to make it happen.
and if we could get maybe, I don't think we have to formalize it, but I'll get your phone number and we'll just do a group text, like a little, what you said, Broadway, just advisory committee.
See something, say something.
Yeah, us three, you.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to be super active.
Like,
we'll just say,
I was at the DGX.
Yeah.
The guy walked out with a couple extra ice cream sandwiches.
Just turn on red receipts so we know you saw it.
Yeah.
And then
that's it. We're not going to,
Just some visibility.
Hey, I was on the party wagon. I feel
Yeah.
like maybe, this should be now, but because we spend a lot of time down there. But now it could be like, we could tell our significant others, Freddie, we're on this, we got to go down to Broadway.
Like,
we're on this council.
You might have seen this thread that's popping on Reddit that's Lydia's Boy 999.
Oh, yeah.
And if you didn't see it, like,
let's see it. Yeah. We're honored to have you, and we love Nashville as you're doing. I said to my publicist, I go, you know who we should get on the pod? I go, Freddie O'Connell. And she goes, because we reached out to country stars and comedians. She goes, you want Freddie O'Connell on the podcast? I go, yeah, dude.
Stunned disbelief.
And then we were honored to make it happen, brother. Thank you.
I'm glad it worked out.
I mean,
Thanks for having me.
sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.